Hello, this is Nick and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to review this Everyday Explorer stamps, and I only have five of these stamps from this brand, but I think I have enough experience with it to do a review. So I first encountered these stamps, I think late 2018 or early 2019. I saw a post and I was so excited to buy it, and I was also very excited because I found out that the creator was Filipina. I think back then she was based in the US because she had two websites, one in the US and one in the Philippines, and I was thinking that she was probably in the US and then just ships to the Philippines to have like cover the country, which I'm very thankful for, because I love it when Filipinos come back to their roots and share their talents locally. So this was available locally through their Philippine website, and what stopped me was the price. It's priced more than your usual clear stamps. It was more expensive than Love Cynthia, Mamile. Both of those retail at almost 800 pesos. So they're like at 795 or something, 785 and or 700, or sometimes flat 800 depending on who's selling, for example the Mamile stamps. But this one was priced like it was an expensive brand. And mind you, the brands that I really like are, like, aside from Love Cynthia and Mamile, I love Sweet Stamp Shop and Technic Tuesday, and those four brands, their stamps are not that expensive. So this is what initially stopped me from getting these stamps, and I decided I'd give them a try. After I think a year, I was usually stalking their page, waiting for a sale. No one's gonna distash them because they're new and it's not that well known yet in the Philippine planning community. What I really love about her designs is, like, especially these two. These two are the ones that I've been stalking in her website because they are icon stamps, and I love icon stamps because they are very functional. You can use them in your planner, in your bullet journal, and it will give you like that design look, and you can also color them. So that's why I really enjoy buying icon stamps, and she has a lot. And if you're into vintage or travel, she has a lot of stamps that would cater to that aesthetic, and it's just really lovely. Except the price, it really got to me. I'll post the price somewhere in this video, but if I remember correctly, it's more than 800 pesos. So when I finally decided to buy her stamps, I got the icon stamps, not this one. I think I got this and this initially from her, or this three, I think, from their website. I think this is part of their third or fourth release already when I finally decided to jump that bandwagon and buy it. I like this, but this was usually out of stock, so I had to wait for this to come in stock, or this one, I forgot which one. And then I got this as a bonus because I love milk tea and ramen. Well, I'm not really a fan of ramen, but I like Asian noodles. So that I could just like remove ramen from there. Anyway, love soba. Oh, and udon. Udon is my favorite. So it's like you have a choice there. So I had to get it. Anyway, so these are my first three stamps. You can see from this set that this one is heavily used, and this one I got from a distash, and this one I got in a pop-up booth. It was on discount. I am eyeing the other big one with the numbers and the days, the month, the days of the days of the month and all that, but I haven't had time to get it. It was out of stock for a while during her pop-up booth. That was out of stock. I was willing to buy because it was at a discount back then. This small ones, your standard 6-inch stamps are at 800 plus, and this is at 1,000 plus, and it annoys me that it's so big. Like, it's so big. I wish the stamp that I wanted came in a smaller size, but oh well. So I got this in a sale, so I think it was only around 900 something. So on to the actual review of the quality and all that. So what I really like when I the first time I held it, what I really liked was the packaging. So it's very minimalist and I just really like it. And this is the back. So you have 4x6 clear stamp set made in the USA by C. Herin 2018. So I really love the aesthetic at the back, very minimalist, and the it has its own stamp sleeve because all of the stamps that I usually buy just come in those OPP plastics or your normal plastic with the adhesive, which is why I think the cost is also much more is higher than the other ones because those just come in regular plastic. This one comes in a sturdy stamp sleeve. But so after that initial reaction, right, my next reaction was, so how do I take this out? Because this is plastic. This is plastic. It's bound to have some friction. It's bound to have some static in it. And true enough, it was really hard to get it out the first time. Like, see here, if I bend it, it this the sleeve is sticking to the cover, so you really have to put an effort to release that static, release that friction, and pull it out. And the same goes for putting it back in. It's kind of hard to put back in if you take it out fully. This one is it's a little easier because I'm using this every day, so I keep removing it. So that would be solved if you're removing it every day, because I guess some dust would come inside and other particles would come inside. So you have here the stamp, and then it's kind of a pain to put back in because this is flimsy. And so let's just put it back in. Oops. There. So this one's easy to put back. That's easy, even if you saw me struggle, because it's harder for the other ones. Although this might be easy because it's a little tough, because it has a lot of designs inside, so it's a little sturdy compared to this one. There. So you have what, from my experience, you have to like bend them to make them fit inside. And since this is sturdy plastic, the edges of the transparent film won't actually destroy the plastic, because that's my experience with other stamps, because it's just a thin plastic packaging. If the edge gets caught in that plastic, it will tear. Okay, now so let's do a stamping review. So, and my ink pad is newly inked, so it will be like very juicy. So let's try with two. Oops. Oh, so I put some of the stamps from this set onto my everyday stamping kit. So you'll see some of them there. And you can see it, like most clear stamps, they lose stickiness over time. I've tried so many times to revive that sticky back, but it's not reviving. So I think we might get better results here, because this ink pad is newly inked, so it gives off a very thick line, and that's not really how it should look because I over inked this other ink. Anyway, let's get a stamp. So the stamp itself, when I first held the stamps, my initial thought was, these are so soft. Like, for the price, it's so soft. I wish She could have just, instead of focusing on the packaging, she could have just put that extra money on making the stamps more sturdy. And let's not this one. Let's get one with many lines. So here. And my problem with soft stamps is that they are very squishy. Let's ink that up. This is with light pressure. And that is not my normal pressure, and usually not the normal pressure of stampers, because that's a very light tap. And this is my normal. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it actually flattens and squishes. There. So you can see that it's fatter than the other one. And it's very, very evident with detailed stamps, because this one has thin lines, so it's kind of okay. But when you're using the really thin line stamps, it gets annoying. Let's use this one. You would think that since it's detailed, it wouldn't squish so much, but it does. And it just really annoys me because I hate that squishing. Oops. Light pressure. And this is my normal pressure. See that? It's thicker, and because it has a finer detail, the detail on this side is gone because it combined with the ink. So there. So the squishiness is really the thing that I dislike the most about this stamp. And because it's pricier than the other brands, this is what I thought was okay. It's not as worth it as the other stamps because it's squishy, and my normal stamping pressure is squishy. I mean, I don't know for others, but you don't stamp like it's very light. You put pressure when you're stamping. That's why you're stamping. So that's my number one issue. But even if I had that issue, again, this was my first set, right? But I still continued to buy. Oh no, not this one, but this one. I still continued to buy her other stamps because the designs are so on spot for what I like doing in my planners, and I haven't seen any other brands that sell something like this. Like look at that, look at how many icons you get in one set. Sweet Stamp Shop has this, and I already have that set. But for some reason, this set speaks more to me because they look like doodles, and I really like it. So I still patronize her stamps. Although to be honest, I found more cons to it than pros. The only pro and the strongest pro of all is that I like the design. I like the aesthetic of the stamps. So if you don't mind the squishiness or you don't stamp as hard as me, then this set or this line is actually perfect for you. Although if it were me, or if it's me, well, even if it wasn't perfect for me, I still buy. So because it's really nice. So if you really like the aesthetic of her stamps, then go ahead, hoard her stamps. All her designs are really, really gorgeous. But if you are not a fan of the design so much, and you don't have that strong compelling feeling to buy her stamps, and you don't like squishiness, then I hope this review helps you decide. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.